the whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
So I have finally gotten together a picture of every single Sugar Rush egg in Madden 24, and I'm gonna go over what I expect to be in these eggs. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Jack Ryder for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance to shout out in the next video, drop a like in the vid. Make sure you guys are subbed to the channel, notification bell on, and comment down below, Noti Gang. Also, if you guys have not already checked out Underdog Fantasy, you can sign up right now using code ZERK to double your first deposit up to $100. New users will also get this Luka 0.5 point special, and make sure you guys follow me over on Twitter for my NBA picks. I will have them out later this afternoon. Underdog has also been running pretty much special almost every single day, so if you're not on the app, you're missing out. All right, so let's go over my predictions for what I believe is going to be in every single egg this year. Also, I do want to let you guys know, we do have Sugar Rush Part 2 coming out this upcoming Thursday. A lot of people have been asking, you know, is there going to be another round of eggs? We don't know. Straight up, we just don't know. With that being said, though, let's go over this. I have every single egg here. So starting off, we have the simple egg. Now, this is going to be the smallest egg, the absolute worst egg for sure. And I also do want to let you guys know that I'm going to kind of give you the math behind why I think every single egg is what I think it is. Just keep in mind, though, it's EA, okay? At the end of the day, they can do what they want. In terms of should you hold on to this egg, should you quick sell this egg to try to get a bigger one, that is completely and utterly up to you. That is your decision. Do what you want. I'm just giving you guys what I think these will be. We'll see what they end up actually being. Starting off though, the simple egg here, guys, it does quick sell for 350 chocolates. And in my opinion, I think this is likely going to just end up being, because when you take a look at the colors on it, it doesn't necessarily match up with a specific promo. I think it's just going to be any 88 plus overall. And the reason I think that is, if you guys take a look here in the store, you're going to see me come back to this chocolate shop quite a bit, but we do have this 89 plus overall Sugar Rush player right here, and that is 560 chocolates. And with this egg being only 350, I don't think it's going to be an 89 plus. I think it's going to be a little bit worse, and I think it's going to be an 88 plus overall player. Next up, guys, we have the Super Bowl egg. Now, the Super Bowl egg is a little bit better. It's 370 chocolates instead of 350. Now, here's the thing, though, with the Super Bowl promo itself, and this is something you guys kind of have to keep in mind here when you are kind of taking a look at all of these eggs that are theme related. What is the lowest overall player that you could possibly pull from the entire promo, and what is the highest overall? Well, the Super Bowl is a little bit capped out because at this point it's a little bit of an older promo. The highest overalls that we're going to be able to pull from it would be the 95 overall champions, right? Now, there are 86 overall players from this particular promo, but with the simple eggs there, they are 88 pluses. At least I assume they're going to be 88 pluses because they're not capped, right? We could technically pull up to a 99 overall on Easter Day when they open up. With the Super Bowl egg, I think this is going to be an 89 plus. I don't think they'll do us as dirty with an 86 plus, which they could do, but I think this is going to be an 89 plus. Next up, we have this nice egg, and this one right here is 680 chocolate. Now, if you take a look at it, you can see it does appear to be, more than likely anyways, the Sugar Rush theme. It does have, you know, Sugar Rush on it as a nice egg. So I am going to assume that this here is going to be a Sugar Rush 89 plus overall player. And again, as you guys can see right here in the store, 89 plus overall Sugar Rush player, you can buy it for 560 chocolate. So I think this is gonna be honestly not as good of a value present, but again, or I guess egg, not a present here, but again, you know, it's not capped out. We could get 98s, we could get 99s on Easter Day, but I think this one is not going to be all that great because again, it's 680 chocolate, and I mean, you could quick sell it and buy one of these for 560. Also, I do want to say huge shout out to Ghost. I'm actually sipping on this Orange Squeeze hydration drink as I'm recording this video. This is, in my opinion, the best hydration flavor. If you guys have not already checked out ghostlifestyle.com, you can use code ZERK for 20% off. They have energy, as I'm sure you guys are very well aware, but they have a lot of other stuff as well, like hydration drinks that are honestly amazing tasting, and some of the best protein powder flavors out there, as well as a bunch of other products. Check them out, link down below in the comment section. Again, use code ZERK, 20% off. Next up, we have the Genki Force promo, and the Genki Force egg right here is 690 chocolate. So with this one, again, very similar to the Sugar Rush, as I just said, 89 plus. Again, I'm gonna say 89 plus for this one. After that, we have the Division Dynasty egg. Now, I will let you guys know, we actually have 88 overall Division Dynasty players, and I also just want to let you guys know as well, we could be in for a bad Easter, okay? It is completely up to EA with how good or how bad necessarily they want to make these eggs. I'm trying to hope they make them somewhat decent, right? Because Division Dynasty and everything I've talked about today, they could go in and make them the lowest overall possible polls. They can make the Super Bowl an 86 plus. They can make the Genki Force even lower than 89, which I'm just hoping they don't. Division Dynasty, they could make this at 88 plus, but with this being even more chocolate than the Genki Force and also than the Sugar Rush, I think this is going to be a little bit higher, and I think this is going to be a 91 plus overall Division Dynasty, which, even with the math there, we're still taking an L, and that's also capped out at 96 overall, so I think 91 plus makes sense. After that, we have the Eggcellent egg right here, and again, this is Sugar Rush themed. It is 1400 chocolate. I believe that, once again, in terms of value anyways, this is actually not a great one, but also, you know, we might end up getting like some pretty good LTDs on Easter Day if EA wants to go and drop that, or we could potentially pull the LTD egg players potentially out of this here, but I think this is going to be, again, technically not a great one, a 92 plus for 1400 chocolate. And again, the reason why I say I don't think that's actually very good is simply because this 92 plus right here you guys can buy for 1300 chocolate in the chocolate shop. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. After that, we have the Combine egg. Now, the Combine egg as well, when you take a look once again at what overall is potentially capped out for the Combine promo, I think it makes sense again that this, even though it's a little bit less than the Eggcellent Sugar Rush egg, which is 1400 chocolate, this one is only 1370. I believe this is going to be a 93 plus. Once again, I personally believe that just simply because the highest overall we're going to be able to pull out of this would be a 96. So you're either going to get a 93 and you're going to take an L on the egg. It would have been better to quick sell it, or you're going to get a 96 and you're going to make some coins. And the same thing goes for the NFL honors, and really it kind of makes the Combine promo make even more sense here. The Combine promo one as well, guys, is going to be 1370 chocolate. The honors is 1370 chocolate, so they're both the same. I have them both as 93 pluses. And again, just like with the NFL Combine promo, you're either going to get a 93 or you're going to get a 96 overall. After that, we have got the Extravagant eggs. So this is where we're really taking a step up here. This one right here, guys, is 4140 chocolate. Now, we don't actually have a 95 plus overall offer in the store here when it does come to the Sugar Rush promo, but we do have a 95 overall offer, which is 3175 candy. But again, I think this is going to be a 95 plus Sugar Rush, and this is going to be 4140 chocolate. After that, getting into the Ultimate egg, this obviously is going to be an Ultimate Legend, and this is 4140 chocolate as well. Now, could this be a 95 plus, or will it be a 96 plus? This I am very intrigued to see. The only thing is, there's not many 95 overall Ultimate Legends in the game. We currently only have Chad Ochocinco and Bruce Smith, who have 95 overall versions, but obviously by the time that Easter comes around this Sunday, on Saturday we'll have another batch. So we would technically have 4 95 overalls the EA could put in here, but, you know, this is an Extravagant egg, so maybe EA will be nice and make it a guaranteed full Ultimate Legend and make it a 96 plus. That's the hope. And then after that, we have the Wild Card egg as well. And again, very, very similar. This is 4140 chocolates. Again, I do believe that this one is going to be a 96 plus overall. And then the final Extravagant, before we get into the big eggs here, guys, is going to be the Team of the Year. And with the Team of the Year promo, there is nothing lower than a 95 overall Team of the Year player. So this is simply going to be a 95, or it's going to be a 97 overall Team of the Year. And this right here is 4090 chocolates. So 50 chocolate less than the Ultimate or the Extravagant one, or even the Wild Card, because, you know, it's kind of the worst one. You could get a 95. And actually, I almost forgot about one last egg here, guys, and that is going to be the Cruise egg. Again, aka Cruise, 4140 chocolate you can quick sell it for, 96 plus. And now we get into the final eggs here, guys, and number one, Mad Stork. Now, here is the thing. Will these be 98s or will they be 99s? I know that's a big thing a lot of people are talking about. listen, they say LTD egg. So because it says LTD, I'm going to say they're 99s. I know they quick sell for the exact value as a 98 overall, but they say LTD on them. I'm going to go with 99 overalls, and Mad Stork, this is obvious. If you guys haven't figured this one out already, it's Ted Hendricks. Ted Hendricks' nickname is Mad Stork, so it's obviously going to be him. The only question is, outside linebacker or strong safety? We don't know. EA loves their out-of-position players. They also love doing out-of-position when it comes to presence and eggs, so I'm kind of leaning towards strong safety, to be honest, but wouldn't be surprised either which way. But it's Hendricks. After that, I feel like this one and also the Eagles one we'll talk about here in a second are definitely the two hardest ones to guess. But matchup nightmare, and it looks like Packers. The first player that I actually thought of when it came to matchup nightmare in the Packers, and maybe this is just me being a little bit crazy here, but I actually thought of Jermichael Finley. To be honest with you, I don't even know if that's really his nickname. I looked up Jermichael Finley and matchup nightmare, and I found like an article of someone saying that he was a matchup nightmare in the playoffs, whatever, but obviously that's just saying he's a matchup nightmare in the game, not necessarily his nickname. There's a lot of players this could really be. Truly, there really could be a lot of different players, but I think Finley makes sense, but he hasn't been in the game since Madden 22. You guys are looking at this Madden 22 screenshot. I will say, though, I loved this card in Madden 22. I mean, this card was an absolute monster for me, Madden 22. Also, Jimmy Graham is an option. He's obviously huge. He is a matchup nightmare, but I just don't really think of him as a Packer. You know, I think of him as a Saint more. So my gut wants to say Jermichael Finley, but he just doesn't have a card yet this year, which makes me a little bit weary to say this, but official guess, we're going with Finley. After that, we have the Go Birds one. Now, I've seen a lot of different people with a lot of different opinions on this one. However, there is one player that, shockingly, in my opinion, I have not seen a lot of. I know there's a lot of speculation about a QB potentially here, or even another offensive player. There is definitely going to be at least 2 defensive player eggs, and you would think the EA wants to do 2 offense and 2 defense, which is why I would not be super surprised if this matchup nightmare again. You know, I really want to say that matchup nightmare here is going to be Jermichael Finley, but if EA wants to do what I think they'll do with this Go Birds one, and I could totally be off with it, but don't be shocked if this is like Julius Peppers, maybe with matchup nightmare. But Go Birds, I think for me, it's down to like 3 players. It's either going to be Jalen Hurts, it could be Harold Carmichael, or Fletcher Cox. And I think this one makes a lot of sense because he didn't get a retirement tribute, he doesn't have any sort of upgrades, and he just retired. To me, I kind of feel like this makes perfect sense, and I just haven't really seen a lot of people talking about it, but I think this makes perfect sense for Fletcher Cox to go ahead and get that card. But if they're going to do 2 offense, they're going to do 2 defense. The final egg that I have not talked about, we all know who it is already. That is this egg right here. That is the branch out egg that you guys can see I personally do have. That is obviously Brian Branch. Which, by the way, I think this card is going to be absolutely incredible. The Blitz Brian Branch was an absolute monster, and I think this one's going to be really good, but I don't know what it is about that Go Birds. I really just feel like it could be Fletcher. I just really do feel like it could be Fletcher there. But if it's not Fletcher, you know, Carmichael makes a lot of sense. Obviously, Carmichael does. And if they want to do 2 offense, 2 defense, we know Brian Branch and Ted Hendricks are definitely those 2 players, right? Unless EA is trying to throw a curveball at us. And that would lead us to having the matchup nightmare being offense and the Go Birds being offense. So if they're doing it that way, I would say the matchup nightmare is either Finley, or it could be Jimmy Graham because Finley's not in the game. And then offensively, it could be like Jalen Hurts. Obviously, it could be Jalen Hurts. But something, man, it makes me want to say that's Fletcher. But with that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video. And if you did, make sure you guys drop a like in the video. And, of course, hit that sub button down below. We will see on Easter Day exactly what these eggs are going to be. I am definitely going to do a massive egg pack opening this week and try to get every single egg and a lot of them. If you guys enjoyed this video, check out these.